Let me ask you something. Have you ever been really, genuinely interested in a girl, done everything you thought you were supposed to do, texted back fast, complimented her, made yourself available, showed her you cared, and somehow watched the whole thing slowly fall apart anyway? Like the more effort you put in, the more she pulled back. And you're sitting there confused, thinking, bro, what am I doing wrong? I'm literally one of the good ones. Here's the thing. You weren't doing anything wrong from a moral standpoint. You were being genuine. You were being considerate. But what you didn't realize is that attraction doesn't care about your intentions. Attraction responds to energy. It responds to behavior. And there's a very specific set of behaviors that flip a switch in a woman's psychology and make her start leaning toward you instead of away. Not because you played games, not because you acted cold, but because something in the way you carry yourself told her that you are a man who knows his own worth. Today, I'm breaking down 7 things that make women chase you. And before you hear the word chase and think this is some pickup artist nonsense, it's not. I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm talking about becoming the kind of man whose presence is so grounded, so real, and so secure that women naturally want more of it. Big difference. Let's get into it. Number 1, you stop explaining yourself. Okay, pay attention to this one because it sounds simple, but it is massive. Most guys, when they make a decision or take an action, feel this automatic urge to justify it. She asks why you didn't text back until the evening. You write 3 paragraphs. She asks why you can't hang out this weekend. You give her a full documentary about your schedule. And every time you do that, every time you over-explain, what you're really communicating is that you need her to approve of your choices. And that vibe, that needing approval vibe, is one of the fastest ways to lose a woman's respect. Here's what a grounded man does instead. She asks why you didn't reply sooner. You say, I was busy. What's up? Clean. Simple. Done. No panic, no apologizing for having a life. You're not being rude. You're being secure. And security is wildly attractive. Practice this. Say it once, say it clearly, and move on. The right woman will respect that. The wrong one will push back because she wanted you to bend. Either way, you win. Number 2, you have a life she has to compete with. Not in an arrogant way. Not in a look how busy I am way. Just genuinely, you have things going on. You have goals you're working toward. You have friends you actually hang out with. You have hobbies that light you up. You have routines that keep you sharp. And here's the thing about that. When a woman enters the picture and your whole life doesn't immediately reorganize itself around her, something interesting happens. She starts to feel like she's being invited into something, not handed everything. Think about it. Would you be more excited about a restaurant that has an hour wait or one that's completely empty at prime time on a Friday? Same logic. A man who has a full life is inherently more interesting than a man who's just waiting around. This is not about being unavailable or playing games. It's about actually being invested in your own existence. When you genuinely love your life, people want to be part of it. She wants to earn a place in your world, not just take up space in a room that's already empty. Number 3, you disagree with her. And no, this is not about being difficult or argumentative. This is about having an actual spine. A lot of guys, especially guys who really like a girl, fall into this trap where they start agreeing with everything she says. She hates a movie you love. Yeah, me too, actually. She thinks a certain type of guy is unattractive and you're literally that type. Oh yeah, I can see that. Bro, stop. She can feel that. She can feel when you're adjusting yourself to match her preferences, and it doesn't make her think you're agreeable. It makes her think you're hollow. Women don't want a mirror. They want a man with his own thoughts, his own taste, his own perspective. So when she says something you genuinely disagree with, push back. Not aggressively, not condescendingly, just naturally. I actually think that movie is a masterpiece. You have terrible taste. Said with a smirk. That's not rude. That's real. It's alive. It creates tension in the best possible way. She doesn't know quite how to predict you, and that unpredictability is magnetic. The guy who agrees with everything she says becomes invisible. The guy who respectfully challenges her becomes memorable. Number 4, you don't chase reassurance. This one is the silent killer of so many almost relationships. You feel like things are going well, but then she's a little quiet one day. Her text responses get a bit shorter, and suddenly you're spiraling. Is she losing interest? Did I say something weird? Should I send another message? Should I ask if she's okay? And you either do send that message, or you spend the whole night in your head torturing yourself with scenarios. Here's what that behavior communicates. It says, my emotional state depends on what you do. And the moment a woman realizes she controls your mood, the attraction balance shifts. You go from being a man she was interested in to a man she feels responsible for. And that's not a position you want to be in, ever. Learn to sit with uncertainty without reacting to it. She was quiet today? Cool. You have things going on anyway. She's back to normal tomorrow? Great. You stayed grounded either way, and that consistency is exactly what she was watching for. Emotional stability is not just attractive. It is deeply, deeply reassuring to a woman on a level that most men don't even realize. Number 5, you leave conversations at a high point. Most guys think more is more. Longer conversations equal stronger connection. If she's enjoying talking, keep going, right? Wrong. The best thing you can do when an interaction is going well is end it first. When the vibe is up, when she's laughing, when she's engaged, you say, hey, I need to get back to something. This was great though. And you leave. What happens next is pure psychology. Because you ended it at the peak, that's what her brain replays. That energy, that vibe, that feeling. She's not sitting with a conversation that slowly fizzled out. She's thinking about the version of you that was so grounded, you didn't even need more time with her. This works in texting too. End conversations while they're still warm. Not mid-sentence, not rudely, but intentionally. You're not disappearing. You're not ghosting. You're just demonstrating that you have a sense of your own time. And you're not going to squeeze every last drop out of the interaction just because you can. That restraint is rare, and rare things get valued. Number 6, you let her contribute. This one is underrated, and I want you to really sit with it. A lot of guys, when they like someone, go into full provider mode immediately. They plan everything. They pay for everything. They fix everything. They suggest everything. And it comes from a good place. It genuinely does. But what it accidentally communicates is that you don't need her for anything. And while independence is attractive, a relationship with no interdependence starts to feel one-sided. She starts to feel like a passenger instead of a partner. When you let a woman contribute, when you ask her opinion and actually consider it, when you let her plan something, when you say, actually, I don't know which spot is better, what do you think? Something clicks for her emotionally. She's invested now. She has skin in the game. The people we invest in are the people we care about. So stop trying to handle everything solo. It's not weakness to let her in. It's intelligence. Give her room to show up for you, and she'll want to keep showing up. Number 7. And this is the one most guys completely miss. You are okay if she leaves. Not in a I don't care about anything way. Not in a detached, emotionally unavailable way. But in a deep, settled, foundational way, you are genuinely okay on your own. You have your purpose, you have your people, you have your direction. She would be an incredible addition to your life, but she is not the source of your life. And here's why this matters more than every other point on this list. Women have an incredibly accurate radar for neediness. You can dress it up, you can suppress it, you can hide it behind jokes or confidence talk, but it leaks. It leaks through the way you text too fast, through the way you bring up old conversations to check if she still feels the same, through the way you get slightly tense when she talks about other guys. It leaks, and she feels it, even when she can't name it. But when you are genuinely okay without her, when your energy doesn't have that low hum of desperation underneath it, everything shifts. She feels safe around you because you're not holding on. And paradoxically, that safety makes her want to stay. She starts chasing what she can feel but can't quite grab. She starts wondering what it would take to be the one you actually choose, because she can feel that you will not just choose anyone. That is the most powerful place you can operate from. Not, I'm going to pretend I don't need her. That's a game. But, I have genuinely built a life I love and I'm inviting her into it, not building my life around her. That's real. That's the shift. Look, here's what I want you to take from this. None of these 7 things are about being cold. None of them are about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. They are all just different expressions of the same thing. Self-respect. A man who explains himself constantly doesn't fully respect his own time. A man who has no life outside of her doesn't fully respect his own potential. A man who chases reassurance doesn't fully trust his own value. And women can feel all of that. They feel the presence of it and the absence of it. You don't have to become some untouchable stoic robot. You can be warm, you can be funny, you can be affectionate and genuine and present. But underneath all of that, there has to be a bedrock. A sense of, I know who I am. I'm not performing this. I'm not faking this. I'm just me. That's the foundation. Because when she encounters a man who genuinely has that, she doesn't walk away thinking he was nice. She walks away thinking there's something about him, and she can't get it out of her head. Start with 1. Pick 1 point from this list and apply it this week. Just 1. You don't need to overhaul your whole personality. You just need to start showing up differently in small moments. The moments she's watching without you realizing it. Drop in the comments which one hit you hardest. I've seen a lot of guys say it was the last one, and honestly, I get it. That one takes the most inner work, but it is the most powerful shift you can make. Exact signs a woman is already interested in you without saying it. Because once you build this energy, you need to know how to read what's coming back your way. Go watch and if you want to take this deeper, I made a video on Theat 1 next. It connects directly to everything we just talked about.